Are you raising a narcissist? I somehow have been stumbling into several videos and write-ups that has to do with narcissist, and it's usually around having a spouse that is a narcissist and how to deal with that spouse, or how to live around people that are narcissists and all that kind of stuff. And I've actually been thinking, we believe that we are nurtured into our nature. This simply means that most of the values and the beliefs that we have today as individuals, if you think back as to how did I form this belief or how did I form these values, they had a lot to do with our upbringing. So the way we were brought up, the environment by where we were brought up. An environment here does not mean just our physical environment. It has a lot to do with our psychological environment and things that have to do with the things we have seen, heard, felt, said, eaten, drank. All of this makes up our environment. Whether we were exposed to a positive environment or a negative environment, our subconscious mind soaked it up as usual, as a sponge. And then we are seeing the life right now that we live. Except if we consciously decide to change some of the things that we have as foundations, we change them and then we begin to live a different kind of life from the way we were brought up. But majorly, the building blocks of our lives, the foundations of our lives, has a lot to do with the way we were brought up. Now that said, it got me thinking. Nobody just sleeps, wakes up, and then suddenly is a narcissist. So for better understanding, I'm just going to give a simple definition of whom a narcissist is. A narcissist is someone that has an exaggerated feeling of self-importance. A narcissist has an excessive craving for admiration. It is not a behavioral disorder. It is not a behavioral issue. It is a personality disorder. So it is more of a mental issue than it is a physical one. So it goes beyond that. They have a fragile self-esteem. They are very self-centered. They are arrogant in their thinking and in their behavior, and they lack empathy. They have a bloated sense of entitlement. They are actually very skilled most times. So when they say the things they say or they behave the way they behave, most times we might mistake it to be that, oh, he's the boss and he knows. They are most times very brilliant. No joke. Most times they are very brilliant, and most times they are placed in very high positions. So they are in places of authority and they have people that are subject to them. We might miss it sometimes because we try to understand that, oh, this person is speaking from a place of, he knows what he's saying. So we just let it slide. But when it now comes down to the family, when it comes down to a marriage, a child, a family, we see it clearer. Because I am not your subordinate. I am a spouse or I am a child. I am your parent. So the relationship is different compared to when it has to do with a boss and a subordinate. That is an understanding of who a narcissist is. But my major point here is that nobody wakes up and then suddenly they become narcissist. It started from somewhere. It existed from somewhere. Hence, what I said earlier, we are nurtured into our nature. This person that is a narcissist was definitely nurtured by someone. So how? How did it come about? There are several things that parenting has a lot to play in. And one question we want to end this video by asking is, are you raising a narcissist?